bad.
Hello, Talflater friends. This is another episode of You Make It, We Mock It, where we show the versatility of the 12-gauge shotgun and the creativity of our viewers. Today we have a fascinating and complex slug created by a viewer named Jay from Grants Pass, Oregon. And the name of this slug is called the Hedgehog. It has 13 parts, 9 of those parts are roll pins. Now you may remember one of Jay's other creations called Rods from God. The Rods from God used a wedge and would probably be classified as a mechanical controlled fragmenting slug, and that differentiates it from a hollow point. The Hedgehog will be using a different principle. This will be using powder actuated expansion. This will be accomplished by using a 27 caliber Hilti gun blank, and the additional space inside the cavity will be filled with Piccolo peat powder. We'll be putting marks on the bottom of the base as we often do. This will help us observe the rotation and orientation of the slug as it's flying down range. Now, one of my responsibilities is trying to figure out how to load these into a shell. And for this test, we'll be using 21 grains of E3 powder, an FS12 gas seal, a cork wad, and our discarding sabot. And this should give us a velocity in excess of 1,700 feet per second. Now, this slug has never been tested before, and this will be the first time anyone has ever seen this unusual slug ever shot. Let's see how it does.
Okay, what do we have today? All right, so today we have a shotgun slug from Jay from Grants Pass, Oregon. You might know him from the Durahell and the Rods from God. So these are the Hedgehogs?
We really need a script, but we'll just wing it here. Okay, go ahead.
One day.
These are the Hedgehogs. Hello there, folks, and welcome back to... Sorry.
Hey, this is Hedgehog 45 coming at you. Oh, I didn't see you there. Okay. Yeah, there is. Okay, there. 1,100 feet back there is a berm. The slug will not even go that far. He is using a rest. We had a guy complain that if we had a rest, we'd be the best channel on YouTube. And we are going to be the best channel on YouTube because he's using a rest and we got a berm now.
All right, I'm ready whenever.
Go! Excellent.
Now, you know it's a good day when we get this kind of accuracy on the first shot. It never works out this well. Now, the slug drifted slightly to the right, but he still technically hit the sticker. Now, the slug did actuate. We could see some smoke coming out of the back of the dummy. And these are designed to send the blast wave outward and forward. And if we look close at that one frame, we can see it going off. And if you still think it didn't actuate, this is what we found inside the Kevlar body armor vest. That's what our blank looks like. More than enough pressure to set off our rimfire primer.
Okay, Amanda, what's our next target?
All right, so we've got our vegan meat here. We have our wet catalogs. So we're gonna go ahead and take a shot at these.
You're gonna shoot it this time.
Yep.
See, that one shot a little to the right.
Yeah.
I don't think it was your fault. But we're gonna blame you anyway.
That's fine.
Amanda did pretty well. She kept it inside that 2-inch circle. But we are seeing a trend here. The slugs do have a slight tendency to go to the right. And it appears that the steel tube in the center of the slug did pass all the way through the wet magazines. Let's see what it looks like inside.
So I thought you hit it way to the right. You were still in the circle.
Yeah, I thought I did too at first, but we even lost some out the back.
A little optic, yeah, spin it around and something came squirting out the back there.
Yep.
I'll try to show you what happened here. Try to get the best lighting. Okay, so she's about 1 inch in. And then something happened right there.
See if I can. There you go.
Yeah, look at that. It just kind of exploded right there. And then what's crazy, okay, we got to show the rods. It actually spread the rods out. There's one right there.
Lost this one right here.
And you can kind of see the formation of several of them. Very interesting, yeah. And that's about it. About halfway through this thing. It's gonna be really interesting what these do to gel. That's gonna be a real eye-opener, I think.
Okay, so everyone knows the bear is the natural enemy of the hedgehog.
Oh man, I saw smoke on that one.
So far, the slugs have been very stable in flight. We are using full rifling, and that slug is spinning at well over 30,000 RPM. Now, the slugs are light. Recoil is very light, but these things are, again, traveling over 1,700 feet per second. And these are a lead-free slug, so even environmentalists would love these.
Yeah, we're starting to see what these things are going to be doing.
Yeah, I mean, that's almost exactly where I put the dot too. Maybe just a hair low, a hair to the right.
I would never complain about that.
But I mean, that's still well within what I would like. The cardboard got really mangled, so I'm not going to really focus too much on it. You do see some of the pattern coming out.
Right, yeah, I see some little holes there.
But, I mean, the main star is, look at that wound right there. It took a big old chunk out of it. It went in probably an inch or two. It's hard to tell from this angle, but went in about an inch or two and then just, at least that's what I believe happened.
It went kablooey.
Either way, that is a devastating round.
That's fantastic. What's next, Amanda?
All right, we've got our lead plate so we can get some lead poisoning going today. Figured we'd get that rolling.
You touched it. You're gonna die now.
Yeah, you know, I gotta absorb as much as I can. I'm trying to get my superpowers going.
Nice.
Another well-placed shot by Amanda, and this time we'll be able to see what the piccolo powder does externally. Normally that happens inside the target, but you can see how much energy those things actually have.
We got almost exactly where I was aiming, just a little bit to the right. I was kind of going right into between the original two. We've got all of our rods still in here. We didn't get any penetration through the back.
I don't know what else there is to say about it, but that's a nasty wound. Nice, big wound there.
You're definitely making a fun trip to the ER if you get hit with one of these.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna shoot this FBI standard honeydew.
Calibrated,
sorry, not the CIA one. And we're gonna shoot it, see what happens.
Nice.
A great shot by Zach. He was aiming at the nose, came very close. It's easy to forget that these are handmade projectiles by a viewer named Jay. And once again, really impressive performance with the Hedgehog slug.
Our tactical cat litter container. We filled it with water.
Oh, not bad. Okay, aim it at the strawberry, because it's a girl target. Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
If you're enjoying this presentation, how about give it a thumbs up and maybe even share it with your friends who also like war crimes.
Just talking about how your shots have been going to the right a little bit.
Yeah.
Zach's has been kind of low or little to the right, but good enough, I think. So split that thing open, and then the magic happened.
We also lost the cap somewhere along the way.
Yeah, it blew that off. So look at all those little fragments, the rods coming out of the back of that thing.
Right here. You kind of see where the main impact was there.
Yep. Interesting. That was a good, I think that was Zach's idea to use that target, so thank you, Zach. Oh, first miss of the day.
Now, both Amanda and Zach have been compensating for the tendency for these to go right. It still went way to the right and missed. But if we don't show something going wrong, well, the trolls just are not happy.
Oh, fantastic.
There we go.
Bustage.
Jeez, look at the top of that thing.
That was about as perfect placement on the can of green beans inside that head as you could possibly want. Fantastic. And it just vaporized those green beans inside there. It turned it into mist. Very impressive shot on our Talflater head.
Look how dirty he is. Now we're gonna show you how to clean ballistic
Give him
gel.
a bath.
You just wash it off, and that's all you gotta do.
I gave
No,
him a bath.
no tarp needed. Okay, so what happened there?
Well, we got just right here, which he was wearing glasses. There you go, bud. You can only see out of one eye now, though. So, you know, no big deal, right? However, blew the lid clean off, and we've got an exit right over here. That might be old.
Yeah. Oh, there's. And then the lid. Zach noticed that the lid had a new hole in it. It was hit by some shrapnel.
There you go.
So it came apart.
Yank this guy out of here, maybe.
Be careful. You're gonna cut yourself.
Maybe not.
Should slide right out.
Oh.
There you go.
That's an
Oh, look at
interesting
that.
sound.
So we got multiple fragments coming out of the can. That's gnarly. It worked. It had to have exploded inside there.
Yeah,
We're just not seeing a big
did.
flash. But something very energetic is happening there. Piece of copper.
Let's see. Anything else interesting happening?
Yeah, I'm
in here?
surprised. Look how mangled up that copper is. Wow. There you go. That was good.
Yep.
That was a good one.
That one turned out pretty good.
And it threw it so far, so it carried a
Yeah.
lot of energy. Okay, Amanda wants to shoot the zombie target at 30 yards. Okay, I think she got it.
You definitely hit it.
Can't see where I hit.
Not a terrible shot.
Not at all.
Windage was straight on, so you compensated good for that.
Yep.
But there was no drop on it. It just flew
Not
so
at all.
flat that it hit a little bit high.
Yep.
And look at, point out the new wound there. Yeah, that's it right there.
It's this one right here. You can actually see a perfect like tear on the inside.
Yeah. So, and then what's the big surprise? If she would have hit the magazine, we wouldn't have had this effect. Look at that. Okay, Ken.
So we had a happy accident today. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Ah, that's wild. That is really wild. It's like a cool new
It
back
turned out
tattoo, you know?
perfect, yeah. You can call it that.
Yeah. It's a hard way to get in a tattoo, but if you're tough, you can handle that. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you hit it. We were like, man, I don't know if we can hit it.
I wasn't really sure about that one, but hey.
It's never about the shooter. It's about how well a handmade slug is
Yeah.
gonna fly at 30 yards, 90 feet or 27 meters or whatever it is. But that
That one turned out really cool.
And that tells you how balanced these are, how uniform they're made, and everything. The overall, just how well of an impressive job that Jay did on creating these things. Okay, whenever you're ready. Oh, wow! Almost fell off.
I think it folded the table a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For this project, I used a freshly recast block of clear ballistic gel. Thank you, Clear Ballistics, for providing that to us. And I think this gel shot really tells you the full story about what the Hedgehog slug will actually do. And for a slug that's never been tested before, it was all theory on Jay's part on what it would actually do, and it did. It did.
Like good placement. It was just a tad low, but good enough, I
Yeah.
tell you. That is a wicked wound cavity there.
Not a bad little shot. I counted 5 of the little roll pins still in there. There's supposed to be 9, so 4 just.
And
4 or 5 still in here. Either way.
You could see where a couple of them went through the table.
Yeah.
Right about where your hand is there. There's a couple new holes there. But that is some wild, not and it's fragmentation or expansion not caused by hydrostatic expansion, but by explosive expansion.
Yeah, really interesting. You know what's really funny too about these roll pins is they leave such a distinct little hole compared to like other shrapnel from other slugs you shoot.
Yeah.
Like it's a little tiny, perfectly, you know, the perfect little circle of a hole, or like a perfect little rectangle because it's flying sideways.
Yeah.
These are such cool little targets, and I'm not tired of them yet. I mean, Jay, keep on making them.
Yeah. I think he's got more ideas with the roll pins. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, you see all there with the majority of the wad, the
cork gas seal, yeah, the sabo.
You see little parts of the copper.
You were close enough that all carried inside there, unfortunately. It makes a big mess for recasting it, chopping all that stuff out of there, but I think it was worth it. I knew I'd probably ruin it, but that's a very cool gel shot.
This is a really clean block of gel too. I'm glad we got to do this on a new block because...
Yeah, I was almost gonna use one that we shot already, but it was pretty dingy looking, and it's like, man, I'm gonna cast a new one for these.